right. We're ripping?
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
hello.
Welcome, Zach Morin, to the pod.
Hello.
Hey.
So what were you saying about Japan?
Like a couple months ago, I saw this thing online that they were paying people to come over there because the birth rate is like declining so much.
Mm-hmm.
So to reproduce with their women.
Right.
And I thought that was sick.
Well, Japan's a close ally. They're not,
Trying to go get some waifus, dude.
Dude, I mean, Japan has like the craziest. They have like the biggest population of incels in the world, but not incels in the way that like American incels go out and like kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese incels literally just
Kill themselves
and like devise lives where they're just fully just work from home, video games, DoorDash,
anime,
don't talk to anybody, like literally zero contact.
Yeah,
it's the most depressing.
That's a spooky way to live, dude.
It's an incredibly spooky way to live.
Yeah,
can't.
I was doing that last August. That was fun.
Right.
I wanted to fucking kill myself the whole time, dude. I watched the entirety of Game of Thrones in like 3 weeks, dude. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy way to live.
No.
But yeah, so it's funny to think that they're shipping people in when like they have the bros, they have them. They just can't get them out of the house.
Exactly. Yeah. And all they ever wanted was that opportunity too. And they're folding under the pressure, dude.
Yeah.
Because those dudes are cranking out porn also.
True. That does seem to be the way in which that behavior like ekes its way out. It's like I said, in America, you go shoot up a school.
Yeah.
In Japan, you just get into the weirdest porn possible.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like people in America also get into the weirdest porn here.
That's
Not
true.
Quite
yeah.
as weird as Japan.
Oh, that's very true. That's like
Yeah, they go nuts, dude.
That is
tentacles is like just a level beyond. I mean.
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah, that is.
And they've been on that for a minute. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. I was gonna say. I feel like that's one thing that I have known from Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like we
Dude, they have ladies' panties in vending machines over there.
Yeah,
that's like a real thing.
Right.
Because all the dudes are just so horny.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of those is real, or if that's just like marketing.
I don't know, dude.
It kind of doesn't.
I know
matter.
it doesn't matter, but that's very fair.
Yeah.
It's
like the OnlyFans thing of like girls like selling farts and just shipping farts in jars. You just ship empty jars, and what's the guy gonna say?
Exactly, yeah.
How is he gonna know?
Her farts smell so good, dude. They
Yeah.
don't smell like anything.
Yeah. Got that new jar fart smell.
Yeah. She just rubs like random fucking foods in there, and it's like, yeah. Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, so the other thing from China is that China banned imports of U.S. movies, which is the first thing I've read in this entire like string of news that I was like, oh, that could actually be good because
don't they already censor so much of the movies over there?
They do, which is why American production studios have been disproportionately cranking out dog shit, like the Avengers and Avatar and Fast and Furious 20.
Yeah,
there's a decent amount of demand for that in America, but there's massive demand in China.
I see.
And so that's why so much of our movies are
just the same
bland
bullshit.
milquetoast bullshit.
Right.
Yeah. Because it makes perfect sense business wise, but it's just sad. It's like you're not going to make Goodwill Hunting,
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the Chinese just aren't into that.
Goodwill Hunting.
Like a movie about math. We don't want to watch this.
Yeah, we know it.
I don't want to talk about work.
But yeah, man, it's been. I mean, I just can't help but laugh watching all this. It's so fucking funny because it's like even people on the right are like, "There's no rhyme or reason to this. It's just complete chaos."
Well, it's funny watching the people on the right either be like, start to turn and be like, "This is craziness," or now folding themselves into unbelievable pretzels to try to rationalize this.
Yeah, they're doubling down.
Like, have you seen the clips of like the Fox News hosts that are like, what does money really matter? Like, or it's like, so you lose your 401k. Like, what is that really?
Yeah.
Like, so you lose a little money in the stock market. Like, they're now, like, just saying the most unhinged bullshit I've ever heard.
Well, speaking of Asia, they're adopting these weird, almost like Buddhist standpoints of like, what is money even really? Like, you should be able to live on just food and water. It's fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, there's dudes literally saying, yeah, it's losing your 401k. That's not actually losing anything.
True.
It literally is.
It is actually. I've stopped looking at mine just out of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the world, man. Shit sucks, dude. Anyways, dude, I got White Lotus got spoiled for me. That's fun.
Have you finished it yet?
No. I watched an episode today.
I knew this was going to happen to you, dude. I mean, I was saying this to you the other night, but like White Lotus is so embedded in the internet, like you can't watch it more than an hour.
Dude, I looked at Twitter for fucking...
Exactly. Yeah, you're done.
You're like 5 seconds, and it showed a picture of fucking Rick and Chelsea floating, and I'm like, oh, no, all right, nice. This is awesome. Great.
Yeah. Do you watch White Lotus, Zach? Oh, okay. It's so good.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. Mike White, the director, has been on the funniest gay rants over the past few days, just responding to criticism of the show.
Oh, really?
The best one so far has been like people been complaining that there isn't enough plot and it doesn't feel like things are happening.
So
and
he just goes boring.
He just goes like, if you don't like to be edged, get out of my bed. Don't be a bossy bottom.
Don't know what to do.
And honestly, I completely agree with him. That's always been the appeal of the show. It's just character building and world building. It's not about like what happens.
Yeah.
People not understanding that is pretty dumb.
Mm-hmm.
To see him like a director take that defensive posture is really fun. Normally they try to play
devil's advocate kind of thing.
Or they'll try to make people happy with an explanation on why they did this plot line or why they did that. I actually kind of like that concept though, where it's like more about like you're building up characters and their world, and there is no necessarily like we're gonna start at this starting line and we're gonna finish at this finish line and everybody's gonna be happy. It's like it's not how the world works.
Yeah.
White Lotus fucking rules, dude. You should watch it. It's a great show.
It's been my favorite show on TV for years now. It's so fucking good. For exactly that reason, because you don't know what's going to happen. It's the only fucking show where you don't know what's going to happen.
I've heard there are several like gay characters and like plot points in the Lotus show though.
Yeah.
A lot of soft dick.
Yeah.
It's like Game of Thrones-esque amount of soft dick.
They show hog everything.
Another show I've never seen.
Really? Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of soft hogs in that.
Yeah.
That was like the thing. Like they were like known for that. Like people would say that all the time online.
Yeah, for sure. Do you guys see the Direwolf we brought back?
Yes, I
did see that.
Yeah.
Which is really cute.
It's great. Yeah.
That's awesome until they get loose one day.
I mean, yeah.
Start roaming around, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we had this conversation with Chris Leadham a long time
like
ago.
A year ago, dude.
This is a super rich... Yes. The super rich are going to be genetically creating these freaks.
I think we said direwolves too.
Direwolves will be on that list for sure.
Yeah, and they did it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
They're gonna make.
They wanted to bring back a mammoth in Russia.
Woolly mammoths are next for sure.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna end up
help with like the environment in Russia and Serbia or something.
How would it do that?
Siberia. It had to do with like the way that it forages in those environments, and like the way it eats, and then like excrement that comes out and fertilize it. It basically they were like, oh, if we bring back these mammoths, they will assist with the environment and
basic circle of life shit. Ed, come on.
I mean, I've heard similar things about sharks. Like sharks are kind of the the Roombas of the ocean.
Yeah, the Roombas of the ocean.
Yeah. No, truly, like
that's fair.
They're going extinct because
they catch 7 or so humans a year, but that's not bad, dude.
I mean, it's nothing compared to
for the help that they're doing.
Yeah.
No, but dude, they're gonna give it 50 years, dude. They're gonna accidentally Jurassic World out, and we're gonna be fucked.
Dude, so Mark Cuban bought a town in Texas purely to Jurassic Park it.
That's because with the animatronics.
With the animatronics.
The dino guest.
Yes.
The dino guy.
Yeah. The dino guy who went on Shark Tank.
And he's like, yeah, we're changing the name of the town to... Imagine Mark, like a billionaire showing up like, I bought your town to entertain people.
Right.
You've lived there for generations, and now there's just like a T-Rex in the middle of... like an
It's the most American thing possible.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
That fucking rules.
But I'm saying they're going to genetically make them, and then we're going to be fucked.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Elon had a cool idea. He said, I want like a pet-sized woolly mammoth. I want
like a small one?
Yeah. Like a
okay, that's cute.
Woolly
that
mammoth.
I could get on board with a small...
Yeah, that is the absolute cuddle bug.
That's the best idea he's ever had.
That's true. That's actually very fair.
Best idea he's had in a while.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. His autism was running rampant there, dude.
It is a fun thing to imagine. It's like we go to Mars, we could completely choose like what the like evolutionary timeline is over there. Just fill it with the bizarrest.
We're gonna have a duck and a T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly.
Only on this island.
Yeah,
and I want to see if the ducks toughen up.
Anything you test out that like doesn't work, you can just send it up to Mars too.
True.
Yeah. Go have fun, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Jurassic Mars.
Jurassic Mars.
You have to be rich enough to get to Mars and stay at the resort.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, mammoths would be sick. Dinosaurs would be sick.
Which dinosaurs? I don't want raptors.
True. Are you one of those people who doesn't like birds, just generally?
I don't mind. Well, depends on the bird. No. And depends how close. Like if a swan gets close to me, we have a problem.
Mm-hmm. Swans are assholes, though.
Yeah, they're not right. Yeah, that's why it's like
geese. They're big geese.
Geese are very angry, but like if you're a cute little like, I don't know, hummingbirds are fine, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice hawk, dude. Hawks are sweet. Falcons.
Yeah. John made me laugh once. This is my friend who visited this last weekend, talking about how like a function of birds is that they like when there's a predator nearby, the birds go away.
Yeah.
So like if you're in the woods and you're hearing that sort of white noise chirping of birds, and then it suddenly disappears, there's a predator closing in on you.
Yeah.
And we were talking about a girl I used to date, and he was and she hated birds, and he was like, of course, they're constantly giving away her position.
That's fire.
Man, that made me laugh so hard. Just imagining her just being like, fucking birds. Like,
God damn it.
I'm telling them I'm here.
Trying to sneak up on people.
Shit. No, I had something. Now I don't. I don't remember what it was.
I had kind of like an experience that I don't know gave me some context on open mics. So our friend from college that Varun plays in a couple bands, and we saw him playing in a cover band on Lansdowne Street.
Oh, cool.
This weekend, and so and we're there really because it's a fun environment, but also because we're there to support our friends. So it's like,
what bar are there?
I forget which one. It's down towards the end, like right next to Jillian's, right next to Lucky rather.
Oh, like Cheeky Monkey or like Loretta's or something?
One of those big... It felt like
a
frat party, frankly. Yeah. Like, my feet were sticking to the floor and all that shit.
Oh, yeah. That's every bar down there, dude. Yeah.
That's true, yeah. I felt too old for the place.
Uh-huh.
I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, I don't like bars like that anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Get me out of there.
It was funny.
Give me a dive bar that I can talk to my friends at, dude. That's...
I have found... in my life, like going to a bunch of with all my straight friends and stuff, any bar that charges a cover for women and not men, I have no business going there. I have no business being there. Straight bars are the most because their drinks are watered down to me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The girls get all the attention at the bar.
Uh-huh.
And there's nothing there to entertain me. There's no one there for me to look for.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I will go to those bars to have with my friends and stuff, but
yeah, it is something I hadn't really considered.
Yeah, you looked like that cardboard cutout at one of those bars.
I did.
Like what?
Jeremy posted a video of Zach. There was like the guy from Boston, the Sam Adams.
Oh yeah.
So we have a giant cutout of him at the bar, and
he posted a video of the guy, and then he walked over to Zach, and they were wearing like the exact same outfit. It was so funny. It was hilarious.
I was like, yeah, I look like the guy.
Yeah, I hadn't really considered like how much like the way the average bar is run is just based on the goal of getting as many women in there as possible.
Because then the men go there thinking that they will, the women will fall in love with them for buying them drinks. So that's more people spending money.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it makes total sense. I don't do that shit anymore. I haven't for a long time. Just the amount of times in my life, especially in my youth, where I'd buy a girl a drink and she'd be like, "Thank you," and then just walk away.
Right.
Like,
dude, one time I did that. I bought
$30 on a martini.
Bought a girl a drink and she was dancing with someone else within 5 minutes, and I went up behind the dude and drank the drink.
That's incredible.
That's justice.
It was great.
That is justice.
It would have been funnier if he roofied her already, and I got roofied.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
would have been hilarious.
Incredible.
Take one for the... I also saved her,
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'm actually saving you. Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, I mean, I don't know. Like, is a girl obligated to be like, if she knows she's not interested in you, is she obligated to, when you're offering to buy her the drink, to be like, look, I appreciate this, but just so you know, I'm not, you know.
That would be nicer than just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, cause
I suppose, but
no, but it never happens like that. It's usually you're having a full conversation, and then once you give her the drink, it's like,
oh, see, if somebody buys me a drink, I will give you like at least half or 2/3 of the drink of me conversation.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Just long enough to make them think that they blew it during the conversation.
No, but then again,
so they get 5 minutes into talking, and then you leave, and you're like,
yes.
Yeah, what did I say?
Now that I say this, anytime I've been in a relationship, I've usually, if I'm out with a girl, I have her talk to guys, get free drinks, and then come back over. So there is that.
You're pimping, dude.
No, my BM used to do that all the time. She would get mad free drinks and then just come back over.
Yeah.
I'm like, good girl.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's up to the guy. If you get got, you get got. It's kind of like how, like, when a cult gets exposed, all the women will, like, go to the cops and be like, he tricked me, and the cops are like, yeah, but that's not illegal. Like,
yeah.
You got.
Yeah, there's no law on trickery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's nothing criminal about taking advantage of stupidity.
Yep.
He tricked me. He was charming. Got it. Okay.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So what else is up?
I'm trying to remember what I had like a topic to talk about, and now I don't.
I mean, I guess, like, we talk about Kanye every week. We may as well. I listened to Bully all the way through. Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And it's exactly the kind of, like, old school, like, soulful style that I think he calculated that, like, oh, this is the only version of Kanye that I can come back with that could potentially redeem me in the eyes of all these people. And I think it's going to work.
And the album's not even done either. That's just, like, the first version of it. Yeah. That's, like, early versions.
I do like the visual aspect of the album.
Yeah, it's cool.
The music video is cool.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just this kid, like, playing whack-a-mole with, like boxers.
Yep. Yeah, it's sweet. The Spanish song rules.
Yeah. The Spanish song. The whole thing's dope.
No, that's what it's called. Yeah. Because he used AI for it, so he wrote a song and made
for the whole album or just the song.
A good amount of the album is AI. He was testing something out. Mm-hmm. He uses his own voice, like AI, for his voice.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's kind of our generation's not our generation, but just the newest version of like auto-tune.
Yeah,
you know? How it first comes out and people are like, "This isn't music."
Well, he also was.
Like, well, no, it's just a tool.
He also was a pioneer of that.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
808s is sick, dude. That's one of his best.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite pieces of music on the internet is T-Pain did like a live cover concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he's so good.
Yeah.
I was watching with John this weekend, and John was like, why did he do auto-tune this whole time? If he's this talented.
Mm.
Like, man,
he
caught a wave, I suppose.
Yeah, he's mad popular on like Twitch now and shit, right?
Yeah.
That's for video games, right?
He plays video games, but he also like reviews like up and coming artists' music and like plays it on, so like they can get some popularity.
Stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. The Twitch streaming revolution is kind of I mean, it's just a form of podcasting, really.
Yeah.
It's just live.
It's like
it's video game podcasting.
Oh, it's live, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Hassan Piker is streaming like 8 to 10 hours a day. Mm-hmm. So it's just like you want to go hang out with Hassan.
Yeah, they have a good setup for like streamers too. It's like you have to pay me money to send chats and shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of they're.
Isn't that how porn works?
They're all making bang.
That's how the adult ones work, isn't it? I feel like you, like the hot women and the hot men pop up online, and it's like, do you want to chat with this very hot man that's in your neighborhood? I'm like, I don't think he's in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
They get the gays with that too, dude.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
My favorite.
I thought it was only hot older singles in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Nope. The other thing that happens to me a lot is on like Instagram it'll be like some woman's name started following you. It's clearly like a robot,
right?
Designed to tempt men into like talking to them and everything,
right?
And sometimes they'll send me DMs, and I'm like, "This is very wrong. You're very off the mark with this. Yeah. Like this is." I don't even get like robotic gays to hit me up with stuff. Like this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is interesting to see those things like evolve over time. The scams. It's like the AI is going to be really strong for scams. Like
until they figure out like that I'm not into women, because it'll be like, hi, I'm Christy. Do you remember me from the bar the other night? No, I don't, Christy.
Yeah. I think that's next though. I'm surprised.
I'm sure they'll figure it out. Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't already. I feel like I don't know.
I think it's laziness where they just see like man's name and they're like, oh, just throw a hot blonde woman at him saying like all of his stuff, and I'm like, who are you?
I wonder how much that works on people. Probably a lot, or they wouldn't be doing it.
Right. It must work on like.
Yeah.
I always been curious about that stuff where I was like, who falls for these things?
Well, boomers for sure.
Fair. Like
my mom got one a little while back that was like, just like it gave her like some tiny piece of information and said, you know, send this amount of money to whatever, and she freaked out and like called me and called my dad and called all these people, and then the next day she was like, oh, I didn't actually read the whole email, and at the end of the email it said like, we have a video of your disgusting sexual exploits and we'll release it to the public. My mom's been single for like 15 years. Like, sure. She was like, okay, this is not real.
Yeah. If anyone threatened me with that, I would just like, release it, please.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is that the boomers don't have that initial like defense, like mental defense of like just doubting until you read the whole fucking email. Like, this is probably bullshit.
This is probably not real, right?
Right. She just took it at face value. Thankfully, only for 24 hours.
Mm. Yeah. One of my friends got by one of those things.
Yeah? What happened to them?
They were like texting this chick online. She asked for nudes and shit. And then once he sent them, like she was sending them also.
Yeah.
Or whoever it was, the guy had a lady's nudes and was sending them to him. And then once he had enough shit, he was like, all right, now go get me fucking, like, I want $5,000 or I'm going to send this to, like, your entire family.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, through Facebook that they were talking.
Nice.
So, like, he could see his whole family.
Did he send the $5,000?
I don't know if he did, because I think he was like, yeah, whatever, buddy. Like, blackmailing's illegal. I'll fucking track your IP address or something, and then they blocked him.
Yeah.
Scammers
back. Why not?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well. Instead of paying $5,000, you just fucking... Yeah. Your mom sees your dick real quick.
Yeah. My mom would call me and be like, really, dumbass? Like, that would be her entire reaction. There would be no, like, disowning or panicking. She'd be like, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, if my mom complained to me about that, I'd just be like, when I was born, you saw it.
Yeah. Like, you saw it for years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
While we're on the subject, I have a question. No, like, right?
Yeah, I like going on, like, when I'm truly bored, I'll go along with the scams for a little while, like, talk to them.
Oh, sometimes if they call me, I'll fuck with them for as long as I possibly can keep them on the phone. That's always fun.
Yeah.
One time they were offering me a free cruise, and I kept them for like an hour on the phone.
Nice.
Just chatting their ear off.
Cruise to where?
I don't remember. It was fake.
Well, I assume, right. I just want to see, like, what destination you coming up with to try and entice me. It's like, do you want a free cruise to the Mediterranean? No, I don't.
No, I think it was, like, around Europe. And shit. It was one of those ones. One of those nice ones, like Greece and fucking Italy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, yeah, that's going to be perfect. And then I was talking about all the things. I was asking, like, well, what does the boat have for amenities?
What are the amenities?
Yeah.
What are the amenities?
Putting them through improv drills, like,
exactly,
what?
Yeah, how good are you at scamming right now?
Right, exactly. How deep is this?
Yeah.
Like, when are you going to
Do you have a prepared script? Are there sound effects? Are you on the boat now? Like,
Dude, like, I was watching one of the latest episodes of the John Mulaney show. And cruises was their, like, topic, and they were talking to these people who, like, live on cruises. It's like a retirement plan thing for them.
Oh, it's cheaper. It's cheaper than, like, living.
Yeah.
That's so wild to me.
They have medical care on the like, not like a whole hospital, but, like, they have basically an urgent care on the ship.
Yeah.
Food. The whole... I feel like that's a bigger...
Cruises fucking rule, dude.
Have you been?
Those are my... Yeah, I've been on 2 cruises.
Yeah, I've been on a few.
Yeah. They're the best, dude.
Which ones have you been on?
I've been to the Caribbean when I was a kid, Alaska, like right before the world ended. We went the fall of 2019. We went up to Alaska with my family,
Nice.
which was...
Alaska would be a good place for COVID. You know what I mean? For you to be when COVID starts to happen.
Yeah.
Although on a cruise, I don't know.
It was fun. I will say I was the only single one. There was like 13 of us, and everybody else was like paired off like couples.
That sucks.
No, there was cruise ships that were like when COVID went down, they got stuck. They were like out in the ocean.
Stuck out of the water.
Yeah. I was thinking more Alaska than the cruise.
Oh, okay.
It means like on land, like in a nice hut.
Just such an isolated place.
Yeah.
It's like you're very easy. It's very easy to avoid people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But on a cruise,
you're not avoiding people.
You're not avoiding people.
And I didn't know this. So cruise ships have like different kind of demographics that gravitate towards each cruise line.
Yeah, for sure.
So like Royal Caribbean and Norwegian have like a lot of families and stuff. Carnival has a lot of young people.
Yeah.
I was on the Princess cruise line. Do you know who rides on Princess cruises?
Princesses, I assume.
I think you're gonna tell us.
It's 50 and up. It is like the top deck looked like a Mario Kart track with all of the rascals.
Oh, that's so funny.
And they ask you, like, I was getting into my room, and they have like a welcome video, and the cruise activities person was like, please. They basically were asking us to like be respectful of like quiet hours after like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. I was like, I'm on fucking vacation. So like, but they don't
false advertising. Princess,
right? Yeah, but then they don't tell
not
you
Prince Regent or something.
that the old people are traipsing up and down the hallways at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna do today?
They're starting their day.
It was
Literally,
Prince Philip cruise line.
There should be a Prince Andrew cruise line for like age gap relationships.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been on the Norwegian ones out of Boston twice.
Yeah.
And it's sweet, dude. You don't even have to fly there. It's great.
Carnival's the party one, right?
I think so.
Carnival is the party one.
Norwegian got pretty fucking popping though, dude. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like a Virgin cruise.
A Virgin cruise?
Because that's the ship. They don't allow children on them.
Oh, that's good.
Again, with the misleading names. Like, is it like Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Airlines?
Yeah, it's like Virgin Voyages. Yeah, it's the whole company.
Richard Branson fucking rules. He's one of those billionaires I just never hear anything about, except cool stuff, like Virgin Galactic.
That's what would be my goal if I was a billionaire. Yeah. Just only the good news. Only do good for the people.
Right, well, I mean, the other billionaires are putting on a masterclass of how difficult PR is, apparently. Like, just, it's all terrible for them.
How to come off as a good person hoarding the world's resources.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Some interesting thing that I learned about cruises recently, for gay cruises at least, because you've obviously heard about like gay cruises, which are wild.
I hadn't heard about it. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I would assume, of course.
So there's a company that does gay cruises a couple times a year. I have friends that go on them. They're very expensive. It's one of the most incredible ways to see how many people can smuggle drugs onto a boat is like looking at it online, because I'm like, how did you get all of this through security and everything?
No, you put it in your suitcase.
But like when they scan and stuff, don't they go through security?
The suitcases go in a different way. You bring in like carry-ons and shit, and then they bring your suitcases up to your room.
Well, assuming that somebody doesn't know that that's the case,
right?
Yeah.
But like,
even if you're flying with shit, just put it in your suitcase and don't be retarded and bring too much.
Yeah.
They don't really care.
Yeah.
They don't really care.
As long as you're not bringing it like on with you on the plane.
I guess as long as it doesn't seem like intent to sell.
Right. Exactly. You don't seem like a problem.
Right.
Yeah. But these cruises are wild. Like they're fucking on the dance floors, on the decks. Like there's just,
I bet.
Like you're going all day, all night.
The floors are sticky for a different reason at these bars.
Well, so that's what they say. Is like, so I thought this cruise line had their own ships. No. They rent other cruise ships. And like just turn it into a gay ship for a week between families.
It's like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street where like the housekeeper throws a massive gay orgy in their apartment.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Oh my god!
I was like, they should only do these cruises on ships that are like getting sunk after. Like there's no coming back from this.
That is so fucking funny, because you have to imagine somebody having that revelation like midway through their cruise. They're having a blast, and then they find out like
they look at a curtain and they're like, is this cum?
They look into it. It's like, oh my god,
why is there blood in this carpet?
Someone puts a blacklight on, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Never bring a blacklight on a cruise.
No, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that they, like, took over, like, they'll be like, oh, we're doing it on the Norwegian Dawn, and I'll be like...
I've been on that one.
Yeah, I feel like you should, like, post online, like, be forewarned, if you're taking this ship a week after us,
yeah. Right, yeah.
You're gonna find ketamine in your bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, the staff can only do so much, they can't find everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, of course, yeah.
Come across a nice stash, dude, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's infinite themes for these.
Yeah.
Gay is an obvious one. Old, young.
Yep.
Party, boring.
They must do, like, singles ones, too, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
They do. They definitely do
Just a
singles.
giant speed dating activity.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, man. Talk about the worst people.
Yeah, I know. What about, like, the celebrity ones that they do, too? They do those now. Like, the Impractical Jokers were doing them.
Right, yeah.
Now they...
the
only
party,
2 of them can.
party-themed ones.
Now only 2 of them are left, dude.
Yeah, what happened with those guys?
The Impractical...
The Impractical Jokers?
Yeah.
The dude Joe, like, cheated on his wife and was, like, talking to some lady or something.
I remember that.
But she was, like... I don't know if this one was underage or he was, like, being, like, too aggressive. I think that's what it was. Okay. I don't know. Give it a goog.
Yeah.
Just
so I was gonna say, like,
and then the dude,
like, adultery by itself doesn't.
But the dude Murr was actually, he was talking to like a fucking 16-year-old girl or something like that.
There's allegations.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Oh my god.
Every time, dude.
What are the allegations?
Sexual assault. Okay.
Okay, so he wasn't the pederast. The dude Murr.
That word's so fun.
Yeah.
The what?
Pederast. I don't know. It's Matt and Shane's universe lingo.
Oh.
I mean, pederast.
I don't know if they.
That's Big Lebowski.
Was it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a pederast.
I hear Matt say it all the time. That's why I say it.
Yeah. Well, it is the funniest.
It's the funniest way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the dude Murr.
Emotional manipulation. So many of these. That to me is like a. I tend to look for that in these articles as to be like, okay, what's really going on here?
Yeah.
Is this somebody? Yeah. Who was like.
That feels like a very broad term.
Right. Exactly, and that could just easily be. Yeah, I mean, everybody going through a breakup feels emotionally manipulated.
Right.
That happens every time.
Asking her for back massages. Oh, that was after the initial one, right?
Yeah. Well, there's accusations.
No, but then the dude.
Physical assault.
Look up the dude Murr though. Because his was like he was texting like a.
What's his name?
I forget what his first name.
Murr?
Murr. Yeah.
Murr allegations.
Yep, there it is. James Murray, I think is his name, but yeah.
Sending inappropriate
messages to minors.
See, that's problematic. That's an issue.
Yeah, that's real. That's a real problem.
Do they have screenshots
Fan
though?
was 16 years old. Murray was 35.
Yeah. But it sounds like she messaged him. From what I read on Instagram, it was like she messaged him and he was just kind of like responding to what she was saying. Is what it seemed. Is what it sounded like.
Nope. It's a trap. It's a trick. It's a trip. Trick.
There's the screenshots. We can peep these things.
Those are iMessages. You have his number.
Right.
Yeah, it's gone further than...
Yeah, this is not an Instagram DM.
No.
OMG, this skit was so funny. Oh, thank you.
Nope.
Yep.
No.
Even if I get hit up by somebody that's like under 21 years old, I'm like, nope, too young. You look too young, too creepy.
Yep.
Invited her to meet him in the middle of the night. No, nothing good happens in the middle of the night. Nothing good.
Okay, so yeah, that's a little different than what I read on Instagram.
Damn, bro.
The Jokers, dude, 2 down. Sal Volcano's fat, so that's 3 actually. No, he lost weight.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have thought the dude Quinn on there was the one. You know, he seems like the creepy one out of them.
I've never watched the show.
The creepy uncle.
I haven't either.
Oh, okay. The show's funny.
I've seen Sal Vulcano like on podcasts and stuff. He seems really funny.
Sal's cool, yeah. He's like the most comedian out of all of them, I believe.
Yeah, it seemed like a precursor to that like Instagram and like TikTok trend of just bothering people in public.
Yes.
You know?
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I assume the show is going to be over now.
Yeah.
It's still on?
Tough to come back.
It was. This just happened like a week ago.
Oh, this is March 28th, 2025.
Yeah,
this is recent.
Yeah. Because Joe's came out like the week before the Murray one did. So like someone saw that he was getting it and they were like, oh, well, he used to text me when I was 16.
The timing of that is that, you know, I'm not expressing disbelief here.
Yeah.
But like, because I mean, this one in particular, we have this fucking receipts.
Yeah.
But I mean, a week within each other, it's always interesting to me how that tends to happen.
Yeah.
But,
it's like,
well, I think it's also kind of like,
if
somebody else came forward, I guess I can too.
Right.
Like, because a lot of people are scared, especially if you're like a 16-year-old.
For sure.
That this man is texting. Like, I would be afraid to tell anybody that.
It's like a crack in the armor.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if one person can do it, that's where I kind of...
Yeah, okay.
Get
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But then that also feeds into people who'll be like, well, now they're all coming out together. This is a conspiracy. It's like,
right.
or.
Right.
Someone was too traumatized to say anything.
The one time, and this had nothing to do with sexual allegations, but the one time I saw something like this happen and I knew for sure, I felt for sure that it was like a calculated thing, was when Hassan Minhaj got in trouble for like fudging aspects of stories he told in a Netflix special. Because he was apparently he was like up for the Daily Show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so he was like he was like a favorite for that.
Yeah.
And then these things came out, and it's like, you lied in your special. You weren't, you were mean about these people. And then it became this whole thing. He like wrote like...
because his thing was like playing victim for a while.
Right, yeah. It bothered me, frankly.
Yeah.
To see that, because it's...
Fudging how?
He just made his life seem a lot worse than it was, and made it seem like he'd suffered more like racism at the hands of other people at his high school than he actually had. He had this,
that was basically all of his specials were about.
The sob story of how he'd been treated differently as an Indian guy, and it affected his going to prom with this girl and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. I had a lot of conversations with John about it. It's like. Because obviously we all make shit up in our stand up.
Correct. That's why I was asking. I was like, what is fudging?
Right, exactly. And that's basically what his response was in his next special. He's like, I got in trouble for bullshitting in a stand up special. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, who cares? But I guess I also understand how it starts to feel different when it's involving real people. It's like demonizing real people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's like you can make up a joke that's
you can make up a vague story that's about people, not make up a whole story, but like you can put people into a vague story that is not going to harm anybody specific.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And also like the intent of like, is this particular story, are you fudging things to make it funnier and more interesting, or are you making like you're trying to make yourself seem more sympathetic?
Exactly.
That also starts to feel kind of grimy.
Yeah.
But then again, ultimately, you're on stage just entertaining people. You should be allowed to say what you want.
It's the first thing I learned in comedy is like you can say whatever you want on stage. People do not have to laugh.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Kenny, who the fuck are you texting?
Baby girl, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Kenny falls in love with a different woman every week.
No, don't say that.
You have relationships. No, you do.
That.
It seems every time I talk to you, like, I've met a new girl, and I'm like, nope.
No, I've been talking to this girl for a couple of weeks, dude. This is probably the one that I told you about. I told you.
It's been 2 weeks.
You tell me about all of them.
Oh, okay. Right. Well.
You go through women like I go through men sometimes. It's not... not a compliment.
I'm trying to change my ways, dude. I'm trying to get locked down.
Yeah. So what about you, Zach? No. You got a boyfriend?
No. Never had one, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Never? Oh.
It's so, yeah.
That's weird.
It is. No, it is. I've made peace with it. It is really weird. I think it's because I went to college. There were not a lot of gays in my school. I went to like a small state school in the mountains. Mm-hmm. And then I moved to Miami for 2 years for AmeriCorps and just decided to have fun there and not like get locked down or anything.
Yeah.
And by then I was in my mid-20s. And I was like, I kind of like being single,
Mm-hmm.
and I like not answering to people.
Yeah.
And I'm able to, like,
I feel
emotionally
that
take
too,
care
yeah.
of myself and financially take care of my, like...
Yeah.
I know people sometimes go from, like, relationship to relationship just because they're like, I don't feel complete unless I'm like, I don't need someone to check a box. Like, I can take care of myself.
Yeah. Yeah, some people definitely are afraid to be alone, get addicted to the, that attention of, like, being, like, number one in somebody else's life. They can't go without that. Yeah.
So, no, I'm single. It's also hard, like, with full-time job, bartending, and stand-up to, like, have time to consistently go on dates.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I'm out, like, most nights I'm either, like, performing. Like, people are like, what are you doing Friday night? I'm like, I have a show.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get back to Boston at 10:30 at night if you'd like to get a drink, but...
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if you guys have had this issue, but, like, I have in one of my dating profiles that I do stand-up, and people seem to be very on board with it at face value, where they're like, that's so cool.
Oh, yeah, and then
dating
when you
a
don't
stand-up
have...
comedian must be cool and
Yeah.
fun, and then it's like, how come you're out till midnight on a Tuesday?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm working. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta like, Then they're mad that you go out every night and do stand-up and don't hang out with them.
Right.
And it's
I
like,
had
oh,
this
well,
exact thing
this
with,
is
like, I won't say their
this is what
name,
it is.
but, like, they were
Mm-hmm.
they were in the Boston comedy community for a long time, and then they moved out of state.
Yeah.
But, like, we were talking and having some pretty, like, serious relationship discussions.
Yeah.
And, like, and one of the sticking points was, she was like, oh, you're serious about doing comedy. Like,
yes.
You're serious about, like, potentially being poor for the next, like, decade.
yes.
Yeah.
You know? And it was just funny because it was like, not only were you aware of it, you were literally doing it with me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You were in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. It's,
Does she not do stand-up anymore?
I
Or-
assume so, you know.
Yeah.
But, like, as a hobby, clearly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. That's the exact experience.
Yeah.
It's like people are cool with it in theory. They like
Yes.
the idea of it.
You like the idea of it, yes,
Yeah.
but it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Artist, bohemian lifestyle, all that. It seems cool.
Yeah, it seems cool until you're in it also.
Right.
Yeah.
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 It's like, you can come hang out with me and do open mics, but you don't
Right.
want to do that, dude.
Yeah.
You want to drive to 3 different bars?
Yeah, I don't know that I would
Right.
subject people to that either.
No, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you want to spend time,
'Cause
that's the only
Well, because
way.
then they're going to meet my friends in comedy, and that is right up there with, like, here, meet my mother on our second date. Like, that's...
Right.
That's true, yeah.
These people
It's
know
similar.
things about me that I don't like the public knowing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, it is like introducing to your family.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so it's weird and intimate. Like,
That's just like, I won't let, I usually don't, like, if I'm seeing somebody, they'll be like, oh, can I come see you at work at the bar? Nope. Also no. Same
Yeah.
thing.
how to keep those worlds separate.
Yeah.
You have too many worlds that I'm trying to, like...
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. I don't have a job that anyone can visit me at.
True. Yeah, same.
Can't come on this job site. You need a hard hat, lady.
You know, hard hat lady.
How's that been going? Did your friends listen to the podcast where we shout on that?
Yeah. Yeah, they loved it.
Good.
They thought it was very funny.
Good.
Yeah, the guy still got a little bit of an attitude, which is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Guy at work?
Yeah, this old dude. I was playing music or whatever. It was a whole thing. And yeah, he was being a dickhead. So then I shit on him on here, and then made...
It is a funny boomer, like, mindfuck in the sense of, like, he's not going to understand that, like, a podcast like ours, just, if nobody's listening to it, it's not really consequential.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
like, if it's mentioned to him offhand, it's like, oh, they were talking about you on a podcast. Like, it might come across to him as, like, they were talking about him on the radio, which is a hilarious, like, you're just a boomer just, like, grumbling about shit, and it's like, oh my god.
Oh, shit.
This went public? What does that even mean?
You're like texting your children, like, what does viral mean?
Right, yeah.
Do I have a disease?
Yeah, it is funny to go viral by accident. Hawk Tuah seems to be doing fine.
Is she back? She's back?
Yeah, I think the IRS has confirmed that they're not taking her down.
Taking her down for what?
So she started a meme coin, and then they pump and dumped it, which is the whole point of having a meme coin.
Right.
Which is just they get a bunch of investors in, the price goes up, they sell their shares of it, and then it collapses.
Yeah.
And they make a bunch of money and screw over the other people who invested. And it's like...
Again, it's not my fault.
Exactly.
You're stupid.
That's literally where I was going with this. It's a classic thing of like, yeah, it's not illegal.
It's snake oil.
It's not illegal to trick people.
It's what people have been doing for centuries. It's
100%.
Taking advantage of gullible people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, and for people who are slightly smarter, I think it's stupid in general to get involved in this, but people who are slightly smarter understand that the rug is going to get pulled inevitably. So it's just about like timing it such that you get out right before that happens.
Correct.
But
yeah,
still,
all the meme coins that happens to.
Yeah, but it's just gambling.
Yeah.
It's just gambling.
Yeah.
The craziest one is like, I mean, I may have already said this on the podcast, but like Trump has his own meme coin.
Yeah.
And it's literally...
What does that mean?
It's like... So, you know how there's Bitcoin and Ethereum? There's all these different... So, you can have your own version of that that's then just at least nominally tied to your identity. It's not like...
They call it meme coin because like it was like Doge was one of the first ones, and that was based on the dog meme there.
Yeah.
They're all basically running on the same system that Bitcoin and Ethereum are. They're part of the blockchain.
Yeah.
And so they work for that reason. But like to buy a meme coin, buying Bitcoin and Ethereum had like actual practical applications.
Yeah.
Whereas these are just, we've effectively come up with a way that you can invest in individuals. Yeah. Like you're betting on an individual.
Yeah.
You know, so like Dave Portnoy has a meme coin.
Yeah.
It's kind of like buying stocks, except the stock is literally just associated with one person.
You're hoping this person stays famous.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And in the case of somebody like Trump, it's like, it's wild how scary it is because it's like, this is literally just a mechanism for corruption. Like the guy who created BitTorrent was getting in trouble. He was about to go to jail for financial crimes. He spent $1 million on Trump coin, which just inflates the value of Trump coin. Trump owns the majority of Trump coin, so that's good for him. And so Trump just made his charges go away.
Yeah.
So you can literally just buy political favors through this shit.
Well, yeah, look at the inauguration. It was like $1 million a ticket for the front row.
Right.
And then you have people that traditionally should be sitting closer to like the goings-on behind like Zuckerberg and Bezos and all of those people, which was wild to watch. I mean, that wasn't even the most wild part to watch, but...
Jake Paul was there, dude. That's insane.
Yeah. Dude, Conor McGregor is running for president of Ireland.
Is he?
Yeah.
After
whatever, I don't know what they're... if they do prime minister or whatever they do.
They have both. They have like a prime minister and a president somehow.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how that works.
Right, yeah. Like the French do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think... but whichever...
He's running for one of them.
He's running for something.
They've even had like a gay president before us. They're already on like... Other countries have had women presidents and all this different stuff, and everybody here is like... Well, wouldn't it be nice for girls to see a woman president? There are other women presidents.
Yeah. Now they have a rapist president. That's good.
The one we have now?
No.
Oh, I was like, which president?
Conor McGregor actually like
on
got
anti-immigration platform. I guess this is why Trump had him to the White House recently.
He basically was just
McGregor
like, works
speaks
over here
during his visit to the White House. Who is immigrating?
On St. Patrick's Day.
Fucking perfect.
Incredible.
Yeah. I mean, who's immigrating to Ireland? Is this a problem
Rosie
for them?
O'Donnell just did. Rosie O'Donnell just moved to
That's
Ireland.
so fucking funny. Rosie O'Donnell moves to Ireland. Immediately, Conor McGregor's like, enough.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we're closing the borders.
Which I can see, because I
Keep
feel
out
like
Rosie.
She's going to get there. She's not going to shut up. She said that she would live in Ireland until...
Trump's out of office?
Correct.
Yeah.
Which could be 10, 20 years.
Yeah, forever. Ireland is at the cusp of potentially losing its Irishness. McGregor said Monday in response to Rosie O'Donnell arriving at the country.
I was just in Ireland, let me tell you. They're not losing shit.
Yeah. They'd have to... I mean, you're never going to run out of Guinness and Jameson.
Yeah.
No.
So...
They'll never lose it, dude.
Yeah, they'll never lose it.
Yeah.
The most Irish thing I saw while I was over there was we were driving around, like, the Ring of Kerry up in the mountains and everything, and our tour bus gets to this top of this like mountainous hilly area. Crazy winds, like almost knocked me over. And behind the coach bus, I see this little old man bus driver in a giant like wool sweater, very Irish, trying to light his cigarette. And I was like, it's not gonna work out, but it's the fucking wind. Yeah. So he goes into a wool sweater like this, sticks his hand up like that, lights this, comes out with a lit cigarette. And I was like, you're gonna set yourself on fire.
That rules.
That's great. You care more about getting your cigarette than your safety.
Yep. Yeah, of course.
Well, he was probably a little he was probably a little buzzed, dude.
He's like, I've seen enough. Yeah. Like,
yeah. It is a uniquely infuriating fucking thing trying to light something in the wind. I get going to extreme measures to make that happen.
But it looked like he does this on a regular... But I guess he must do this on a regular basis if he's storing people all around.
That's true, yeah.
Meanwhile...
What did you think of Ireland? Did you have fun?
It was so much fun. It was so cool because, like, I did, like, the whole ancestry thing a few years ago. And, so the majority of my ancestors and DNA comes from there. So it was really cool getting to, like, go and visit and just, like, see something that, like, I've heard from my family about and all this stuff. And we went, my mom and aunt they do half marathons and they run a lot. So they did this beautiful half marathon in Dingle, Ireland, which is, like, world renowned for, like, its beauty along the running road. And it was just super fun.
Cool.
Yeah. It was me and 10 of my family members. I was the youngest one there by 30 years.
Damn.
It was like chaperoning.
This was your first time there?
In Ireland, yeah. It was my first time in Europe. I went to Denmark for a day, Spain for 4 or 5 days.
You had a good old time in Spain, didn't you?
I did. I went to Bear Week in Sitges and Barcelona and did my own thing and then met my family in Ireland.
Bear Week, is that exactly what it sounds like?
That's exactly what it sounds like. They have one in they have them all over the world. They have them all over. They have one in P-Town. And it is now, I've checked, cheaper and more cost effective for me to go to Bear Week in Spain than it is for me to go to P-Town.
Are you serious? How does that work?
Hotel rooms are going for like $700 or $800 a night. That used to be $200 a night when I was like 10 years ago.
American number one.
In 10 years.
Yeah. American number one.
It is literally like... my friends and I went like 3 or 4 years in a row. We would like rent a house and it would cost like $500 or $600 a person for like 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
And now we can't afford to go anymore.
I saw a reel the other day of a guy talking about how like the way he loves to travel is he waits for like natural disasters or like terrorist attacks to occur, and then he's like the next day you'll never get cheaper flights and hotels. Yeah. Like, that is the time to go. It's like the earthquake in Myanmar. He's like, I'm out.
I'm going to Myanmar.
$200 round trip for a week to see the sights.
Yeah. Well, that's like
what's left of the sights.
Indeed. Yeah.
That's like the lightning can't strike twice type of theory.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
There.
Yeah. You don't hear about terrorist attacks happening like quick succession.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
Never.
Yeah.
He was in Israel the day after June 6th.
October 7th, you mean?
Oh, October 7th. There
June 6th. What happened June 6th?
No, I was thinking January 6th. I mixed them up.
Oh, January 6th. Yeah.
October 7th,
I was like, June 6th, was there a pride riot? Like, what's...
Oh, yeah, true.
Wow.
I can't wait for Pride this year. It's going to be wild.
Is there something about this year specifically, or...?
No, I just feel like corporations have started to, like, they've already started to pull their funding and sponsorships for a bunch of stuff. So I feel like it's going to be a slimmed down, like, more fun version of it, where, like, every other banner in the Pride Parade is not Toyota and Target and...
Yeah, it's not the fair weather gays.
It's not... There's no more rainbow washing. It's...
Right.
I'm not going to get hit with ads from, like...
Wait, so the corporations aren't going to pretend for a month and then immediately take them down?
A lot of them are pulling a ton of money out because it's too controversial and they don't want to aggravate the political establishment.
Yeah. That's been something, I mean, just... that's been incredible to me to watch is like there's been a ton of executive orders and stuff, but a lot of the cultural changes that you see happening are happening unforced. It's like people just deciding like, oh, okay, like Trump's back, so I guess this is what we're doing without him telling them to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's the people in the leadership positions that are like, well, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Like, I don't want to aggravate any part of our market share.
Yeah.
And then have, like, a boycott of, like, Bud Light.
Yeah.
Which was incredibly stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just never seen like society at large take cues from a change in administration the way they have this time around. Like the amount of cultural shifting that's occurred just of their own accord.
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible. Yeah.
Well, I guess the first time it kind of happened, but it was like the reverse.
Well, the thing is, like the first time Trump won, I think people thought it was this aberration. People were like, that was an accident. It didn't really happen. Yeah. Russia did it or something.
Yeah.
And then Biden won and people were like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
That's how it should have been. And then Trump won again and people were like, oh, no, this is what America is and wants.
This is what people,
Yeah, this is who we are.
Although I think there seems to be a lot of buyer's remorse now that
$3 trillion has disappeared overnight.
Anymore.
Yeah, like he crashed the fucking economy.
Yeah.
Which some people are like theorizing that he's doing on purpose.
Yeah, the most sinister take is he's doing it on purpose because if the economy gets bad enough as president, you can like enact emergency powers and basically
He's
become the authoritarian that he has said from the beginning he wants to be.
Yeah, they're planning a military parade on his birthday.
Fun.
Which happens to coincide with like the anniversary of the army or something, which I find odd because he dodged the army very intentionally in the 70s. Of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I saw an article today, and I was like, the middle of June, really, you need to do a parade for yourself. Well, because this year, fun fact, in DC is World Pride, which only occurs every other year. Mm-hmm. I think every other World Pride, it's in the U.S. and then like it goes abroad or something.
Damn, that's this battle on the streets that I want to see.
Well,
it's like every gay in the entire fucking world just going up against the U.S. military.
Yeah. The U.S. military will lose. First, let me just make this very clear.
They're clearly outnumbered, that's for sure.
Have you ever seen a drag queen with a brick? Like, it's not... That's how Pride started.
I mean, it's literally Shane Gillis's bit. Is like, imagine any, like, army throughout history. Imagine them gay. Way scarier,
way scarier.
Yeah. Gay Vikings, gay Nazis.
But Trump, you know how Trump installed himself as, like, the chairman of, like, the Kennedy Center?
Yeah, yeah.
So he's already banned the DC Gay Men's Choir that was supposed to have a huge performance there at the Kennedy Center in June during World Pride Week.
Right.
So he's already kicked them out.
Yeah.
And, like, people are now worried about, like attacks and all this stuff going on during that month. And I was like, this is going to be... It's also funny that it's in DC.
Right.
Right after he gets inaugurated, he has to deal with, like, the entire queer population of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of, it's
going to be very interesting.
I kind of love it. It's like it's Americans like making their voices heard.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's all about. Like when Trump won the first time, I went to DC and like went to like a couple of the protests, mainly just anthropologically, just to see what it's like. Yeah. And it was fucking crazy. You've never seen this many people out doing anything in your life by far.
Well, the one on Saturday, there was fucking
it was 5,000 people.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't know that.
I was working the bar, and we're right next to Faneuil Hall, which is where the protest ended.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been that busy in months.
Yeah.
It was, and they're walking in with their sign. Oh, we made up top. It was great. But people walking in with their signs and their shirts, which I loved.
Right. Well, exactly. That's kind of what you realize is that it has this overtone of like seriousness, but it's once you get there, you realize, oh, this is a social event.
It's a serious parade, is all it really is.
It is.
It's an angry parade.
We're super serious, but you're holding
there were
a beer.
Like millions of people all over the country.
Yeah. That'll be fascinating.
Well, I would say any other president would like see these millions of protesters and be like, okay, something has to be done. Mm-hmm. He is just like,
as long as they're talking about
look at these losers.
Yeah.
They forget that I'm the president and I can do all this stuff. Like declare martial law.
Well, it's like this thing with the tariffs. Like he's tanking the world economy, and it's like he's okay with that as long as every article is about him and everybody's talking about him. He loves it. Like everybody's looking to him for the what's he gonna do next? Who's he gonna tariff next?
Right.
Like
he's turned this into a reality show.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And it's funny. Like Doge was the thing for a few weeks. It was all Elon, and now nobody even remotely talking about that.
Yeah.
Like.
But he's still doing all of his shit.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah. He's just changing the conversation to something more wild.
Yeah, something even more destructive. Yeah, that's a fun image. Just like the world population, the world gay population, and the U.S. military, just duking it out on the streets of DC.
That'd be great, dude. Fucking butt plugs flying all over the place, dude.
Yeah, this is the first year in a while that I'm like, because Pride Month started with like a riot with the police, where like gays were just sick of being attacked and like
Stonewall, right?
Yes, Stonewall, correct. This is the first time in a long time that I was like, I think it's time for like us to remind them why we have this month. It was like, why do you have Pride? I'm like, because it's this, or I hit you over the head with a brick.
Right. Yeah. Stonewall Part 2.
Correct.
Well, we're at an hour, fellas.
Ooh, we've done it.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Exactly
Cool,
an hour.
cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right.
It's been fun.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having
This
me.
is great.
Hell yeah. We're going to go over to the point. Come to the point every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zach hosts a lot.
Come
Cam's
to the
back,
point.
so I don't know. Is he going to be there tonight? Cam?
No, tonight is just me and Alexis.
Oh, okay, fun.
So,
All right,
Nice.
everyone hide.
Oh, yeah, because Nancy's doing the jungle,
Yeah,
right?
all the voices of reason are gone tonight.
Yeah,
so.
Just Alexis screaming at people. That's my favorite.
I love when she
It's my
crashes
favorite.
out, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
She just comes up and says, ah!
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Dude, at Green Dragon last night, people left like right when she got on stage. Someone else was like, "Oh, stay." And then she goes, "The only woman on the lineup. Why don't you stay?" And it was ladies, and they kept walking, and she just goes, "Boo, boo!" right in their face, dude. It was very funny. Yeah, nothing better than a good Alexis crash out.
Yeah.
Premiere on Broadway, May something. Jelly Jar.
Yeah, we're working
May
on
2nd,
it.
May 3rd.
We're working on it.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
remember.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, we had
Wait,
a
let's
date.
get the real
and then
date.
Then we got rescheduled.
Oh, May 1st.
May
1st. That's what
Oh,
it was.
okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, come to that. Go to the point. On Fridays they have shows, right? Every Friday this month,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Friday
Every Friday
Funnies,
this
right?
month.
Yep.
Friday Funnies is at Grand 10.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, that's
We
the
have-
end of the month.
We have Friday
Yeah.
shows.
Don't listen.
Brendan's still being a baby to me, so don't go to his shows.
Okay. I'm
Love
sure
you.
That'll help.
Yeah, this is great. You want a ladder for that hole you're digging?
No.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
This ain't nothing without it. Don't let them keep